feet.
Annabeth, get your feet and shot on 3, 2, 1. Welcome to a very audio synced episode of the F Movie Podcast. We're your hosts, Mason, Dylan, Nathan, Jill, and Annabeth.
Mason was in there twice.
It was. It's a big episode for me.
Where is he?
He's gonna love this review.
Oh god, yeah.
On today's episode, Annabeth, tell us.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
We are talking about Nosferatu, the 2024 version, not the 1922 version,
Or
any
the
of the other ones.
1979.
1979
Yeah.
is the other one. Haven't seen that one
There's
actually.
more than just that too. There's
Is there?
a few more.
Probably.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, it's basically the story of Dracula. So
Yeah.
There's
Don't
Dracula
steal my
many-
thunder. I'm
Yeah.
telling about the movie.
That's
it's
right.
basically Dracula.
Hey! I was
It
about to say.
was based on Dracula. Well, the original in 1922 was based on Dracula without Bram Stoker's estate's permission, and then they proceeded to get sued. And
Yeah.
this is a remake of that movie, so it's kind of like Dracula and a little bit not.
Yeah. Now, being a bit of a Dracula expert myself, I saw a play one time locally. And I will say, this lines up really well with Nosferatu.
Yeah, it's basically this exact same thing.
It
including
felt
the
familiar.
number
It
of
sounded
actors
familiar.
and everything.
Yeah.
It was missing the wolf at the end though.
And
the
the
wolf-
American.
Well, and
Yeah.
and the
And the
bride.
boy.
In the
Yeah,
bride.
thank you.
Mm.
Most important part.
The werewolf I did find very confusing in the play. I enjoyed the absence and focus on the count in
Well,
this one.
so they shifted the werewolf thing
To
to,
just be
instead
the-
the brides
Yeah.
being just 3 wolves.
Yeah.
And then there you go.
Which, I think tracks better. I think why have humans when you could have wolves as the actors?
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta get those wolves!
They were
Flashback.
good
Yeah.
drug actors.
Yeah.
Can you zoom, I know you don't do any editing, but in post, I need you to zoom in on my 1,000-yard stare, please,
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
bring this up.
I will say though, despite getting topless a couple times in this film, they showed Anna, what's the actress?
Lily Rose Depp.
Thank you, Lily Rose Depp. Lily Rose Depp was really classful about her nudity, where Annabeth's nudity, I found, with the light on to the sheen, was much more like Grammy Sensori vibes,
Yeah.
but with a tasteful
modest.
shade.
Yeah.
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 Why didn't I realize what I had done?
Yeah,
when I
what
chose
did you
this
think you
movie?
were doing?
Yeah, what did you think you
What
looked
did
like?
I think I was doing?
You wore you wore a curtain with light
should
on
we
you.
Just we should I feel like explain.
No,
Less
that,
explanation is
you
better.
know,
Annabeth was.
you don't even want to acknowledge what
I
you've
wasn't.
done.
I was not nude. Never
No.
was I nude. Well, I mean, I've been nude in life.
a never
just
nude.
not-
never knew.
I've
Never did.
never been nude.
These are the same clothes I showered in today, and I dried in them, and I hold to. No, yeah, I don't know. If you want to see more of that, go check out our episode on Dracula review, where we didn't actually do a review of the play. Although that would have been a good episode.
Oh,
thinking about it.
gosh.
Was that
no.
before or after the play?
If it could have been directly afterwards, it would have been me and Hannah being like, "So she definitely saw the outlines of everything, right?" And I was like, "Oh, very clearly, yeah." That would have been the exact conversation, followed by, "Man, the gunshots were aggressive in that film." Those are my 2 takeaways on Dracula, the stage play. But we're here to talk about Nosferatu, though, the movie. So let's go back to celebrity nudity instead of our local host nudity and talk about this film. I want to pop right in and say I think that the technicals on this movie are really, really quite good.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the cinematography stands out.
All
Also,
was amazing.
It's just your guy though. It's Roger Eggers. Robert
Robert
Eggers.
Roger
and
Eggers.
his
Yeah.
his pal, who's the cinematographer, who's also done all of his other 3
Mm.
movies.
Yeah.
yeah,
His pal.
yeah.
I don't know his name.
I don't either.
I forget it,
I
but
forgot his name too, but I enjoy that you just called him his pal because
Well,
that's
he's-
what your cinematographer is. It's
You
just
know,
your
yeah,
best
and
he
pal.
had
They partnered on all of their.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a quote the other day. I think it was the Eggers guy, but he was like, "I will never take a modern picture of a vehicle. It actually disgusts me."
Mm.
So that tells you right there he'll never do a movie a
Yeah.
modern-ish time,
Right.
Because it's just boring to him.
Yeah, well, there's something about framing a period and making you feel like you're buying into the. Oh,
Not only that,
I'm
you're
here.
living in it. Because
Right.
You're in it for weeks and weeks and months at a time. So.
I thought the cinematography, the sound on my new headset, which I bought recently, so that's nice.
Yeah.
It came out really, really good on that. So points to sound design for making it feel like I spent money on something useful. But also just the effects on stuff, like the shadow always looming. Although it did feel a little overused by the end of the film. But I remember the very beginning shot. It's like him. It's just like the shadow in the
curtain drape.
in the curtain drape part.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a sick shot.
Right?
Yeah, well,
the shadow was so cool.
Yeah.
Also, Jaron Blaski is his cinematographer's name.
Oh, good to know.
That's the pal.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's his pal.
And his pal,
Gotta give
Jim.
credit to the pal.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like that shadow shot is like, yeah, like you can say it is neat, but it's also like, any local play could
Sure, it could
do
be
that shot
yeah.
like easy.
I think maybe part of
maybe.
the charm in Nosferatu, I found at least.
Like all it is casting a light behind somebody and having their shadow cast onto like some sheer curve.
Whoa,
It
but
looked so cool.
but it didn't show his dong though until he's in human form.
Yeah,
so
missed opportunity.
I know.
Hey, you got your dong.
I did. I did get dong. What felt like
I don't
twice.
think it was
I
even
think.
fake either. I think
No,
it's real.
I'm pretty sure that's his real penis.
Oh no, it was.
Oh, it's definitely
fake.
not. It's fake. It's a prosthetic,
Is
and
it?
Nick Holt has it framed.
Nicholas Holt.
Mhm.
Well, he was.
He either has it or he gave it as a gift.
No,
to
somebody
else.
gave it to him.
To him.
Good.
Mhm.
He's
But yeah, there's a
becoming my
photo
favorite
of
actor.
him
Holt?
just with
Yeah, I
a
can believe
framed
that for you.
penis.
Yeah. That's gonna change my score.
There was a lot at stake.
There
I
was.
mean, what would they have done makeup on it? Because it had to be like
It's
a
gonna be
rotten
rotten.
corpse.
Right. I don't know. Maybe that's how his regular penis looks. You know what I mean? Like.
Damn, boy's been hard on himself.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's a transformative actor. That guy. You know.
Yeah.
Bill
Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Skarsgård.
With it.
Listen, I mean, Skarsgård. Right, it's the same Skarsgård that did Pennywise, right? I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same-
So
same
I mean, so
Skarsgård.
he's got the eye effect was all him. I just thought maybe he just did that to his actual penis. So that's maybe what his actual penis looks like.
Boy, oh boy, could we get to any part of this movie though. You know.
So the short of the movie, though, I mean, it's a Dracula story, but yeah.
Dracula with more disease.
No.
Yeah, it's different because there's no plague in Dracula.
Nicholas
Yeah.
Holt, which is this, working for this real estate basically agency.
Yeah.
He is assigned to go and basically woo this count
Olaf?
to
He's
come.
gonna woo him.
I
Okay.
don't know if I would even call it woo.
No.
It's
Yeah.
literally
He's
just
going
like
to sign
delivering
some
He's
papers.
supposed
Yeah.
to just sign some papers,
Yeah.
but he lives in this very far away place, which
He has to go all the way to Transylvania.
Bethlehem or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Bethlehem.
A 6-week journey to Transylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty neat. Which we can keep referring to Dracula, but I do think that we need to kind of create this as its own story because, like, they had some
Yeah.
fun with it.
It's definitely in its own rank on that one.
Yeah, like the gypsies along the way.
Yeah,
Not
they
an
were,
appropriate
like, some
term.
of the most.
Although that is what's used in the movie. So
You can say Romani though, because that's what they
Yeah.
are.
Correct,
One of the
right.
one of the most accurate depictions of that people group.
for sure. Yeah.
Because most of them tend to not be very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The woman riding the horse topless, I thought was very tasteful. No, I think it's like I mean I say that both in the like nice tits way, but also in the like, oh, this is a nice symbolism of like, hey, we're bringing innocence and back into the void and protecting this, and then we killed the guy. Like, no, it's a nice theatrical thing. I like the old English touch of what's on screen is also there's the there's what's on screen and there's the message of what it's supposed to mean, right?
Do you think when they stabbed the corpse that was just like fluids and stuff from like just an actual bloated rigor mortis corpse and it wasn't like as a vampire?
Yeah, for sure.
I kind of
supposed
think
to
it
be
is.
unclear.
Like
Yeah.
that's the vibe I got from that. Is like they're just like kind of cuckoo and just stabbing corpses.
Stabbing old people.
I think
I
that
mean,
the
that-
rituals are there, but the
That's
targets
not,
aren't
like,
very
not
valid.
impossible, but also like there is one at least vampire. in
Right.
the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, that's nuts. So why would they do that? See actual vampire.
Well, we don't know which one's the vampire, so we're just kind of stabbing at random once a night.
It's like finding the witch, It's like,
Right.
there's one
Yeah,
in
I
the
just
crowd,
feel
but-
like every corpse you stab is potentially going to do something like that because they're full of fluids decomposing
But, like,
inside
I
of
like
them.
So
that
now I
part-
really want to know how many corpses Nathan stabs.
Once a night.
Yeah.
One a night.
He's got
Just like-
He goes out on a horse
That's
naked.
why we live near a graveyard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it makes
But I
sense.
like
It is
that
true
part
they
of the
do.
movie where you don't know like what part is the occult and what isn't because like there's also a real plague going on.
Right.
And
Also-
the
Yeah.
Fraser thing of like science.
This movie is full of that.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on.
Is it this or is it
80%
that?
of this movie because
Right.
he is constantly having these visions. The
But-
Count, I'm assuming, is messing with him the entire time.
The dream segments being in the day and night cycle is like so indistinguishable.
he
Like
doesn't know. Like,
Yes!
with it, which I
So
thought
good!
I thought was good storytelling.
The
I genuinely-
6-week journey was about the jarringest thing for me. In this
Oh,
whole
we
thing
filmed that in like
because-
20 minutes. Like,
because he got there in 20 minutes.
yeah, right.
He got there
I
in
mean,
like
It's
4
Game of
minutes.
Thrones last season's issue.
I mean,
so-
there's a lot of
This
stuff
movie
to get
spends
to.
forever everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this movie spends way too long everywhere it goes. So the fact that they sped up the journey itself, at least, is a little bit of a reprieve.
No,
Yeah.
it's a good thing. It's just like the 6-week thing was so big at the very beginning because he didn't want to leave his wife, which was
Right.
obviously kind of ill.
I don't.
Or
no,
in her
it's
head-
not
in
that
her
he.
head.
No, she didn't want him to leave.
Yeah.
But he
He
also knew
wanted
that she
to-
was a little bit like, up top.
Yeah, but he
Right.
he wants money to get a bigger house.
Bigger
she
house.
wants him to stay so they can fuck some more.
Yeah.
No,
Which
she wanted him to
mood?
stay.
Would
because
you blame
she
either
had
one of them?
visions of bad things happening if he
Also,
left.
she wants
Yeah.
to get down with her husband.
But also,
Yes.
she is DTF.
yes.
And at this point, for one of, I don't know, 2 to 3 options at this, like we kind of got Dracula on the board, he'll be around. That's kind of the side piece. We got her husband. And I'm not sure that she didn't want to sleep with that friend.
Oh, no.
She's like, let me sleep,
Oh,
sleep in
wait.
your bed.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
I
blonde
thought
girl.
you meant the friend's husband. I was
No,
like,
not the husband, but
okay,
the girl.
But like her friend.
Yeah, like-
Okay, I got you.
She's
I'm
like,
pretty sure that's her sister-in-law.
yeah, that's fine.
No.
No, they're not.
No, they're not related.
They're just buddies.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought that was the 2 guys were brothers.
No,
it's
but-
Harding and Hutter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Different
but I
guys.
thought that they
Which
Those
Well,
are the
it sounds
Those
like
are
it, but
their
they're
last
just-
names.
Friedrich Hutter and Thomas.
were my
No.
bad.
Thomas Hutter
Yeah.
and Friedrich Harding.
Yes.
Fair
Yes.
enough. Okay.
They're just homies, and he likes supporting them.
They've been childhood friends.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, anyways,
He was way nicer than he really had to be.
yeah, that dude was
Like
legit.
he was going way
brought
beyond
them in.
what was
Yeah.
in any way
Harding's, like,
reasonable
my
for
favorite
just a
character.
friend.
Oh,
I
really?
love Harding.
I'm so interested in that take. Yes.
Do you not like
No,
Harding?
I liked him.
I mean, he's a very charming, nice
I liked
guy.
him a lot more on the second watch.
Mhm.
But
What was off-putting on the first watch for you, for him?
okay, so on the first watch, because I've read Dracula a lot. I'm a big Dracula fan, so it was hard
Yeah.
to separate Nosferatu and Dracula. And so I was like, oh,
certain
this
canon's
character
telling
is
of
like
this,
this person in Dracula, but he's nothing like him. So
Yeah.
it was harder on the first watch to like separate, like, oh, this is not the same character and it's not supposed to be.
I will say this is the only Nosferatu I've watched, but 24 really indicates that he's kind of a homie. Like, he's pretty here. He's like, this is just my best friend. That's his wife.
Yeah.
And we've got 20 rooms in this estate.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, I'm filthy fucking rich.
Oh
you know?
yeah, no, I mean I really liked him. Like I said on the second watch through, I was like,
He's like,
yeah,
I
this
don't even
dude's
want the
great.
money I loaned you, bro. Don't worry about it.
was
He's
this-
so nice. He
Yeah.
has like a very stable family life.
Yeah.
He brings in her to care for her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, he's super logical. He's like, "What are you talking about? A cult? There's a plague here, guys." And I love that contrast of like
Yeah.
plague versus the occult.
But can we talk
Yeah.
about the plague, guys? Yeah.
But then he's just like, he has the most tragic stuff happen. to
Yeah.
him.
And then everything awful happens.
He was
Yeah.
this close to putting a padded room in that mansion of his.
Yeah.
Because she was thrashing
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was trying to he was using the doctor of his time, like getting the
Yeah.
best care, which was not the best care,
Well, yeah.
but
Yeah.
he was trying.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
that doctor was about to be super busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the plague
Yeah.
rats and.
He's like, oh
yeah.
shit, the plague's here.
I knew it was gonna be here
And I
soon.
chose to be a doctor in this time.
He pulls out that big beak.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here we go again.
You know what? And Nathan, you'd probably be on board with this. Let's bring back Big Beak Bass. All right, next.
Oh, that's more of an Ethan
That
thing.
It is an Ethan
so
thing.
And I mean, he literally has.
I know he does.
Yeah.
He probably is.
But gothic aesthetic, you don't sign up for that, any of that? Steampunk gothic
I don't
style.
think Plague Doctor is gothic.
It's more steam. Yeah.
I just got finished watching Nosferatu. I think I know what's got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get her. Thank you.
That's all I got.
couldn't think of one quick.
That was
enough.
good.
I also watched this movie 10 days ago, so
Oh.
I watched
about as
it-
recently as I've seen it.
About 16 hours ago, probably.
Okay. Yeah.
That's probably a slight exaggeration, but yesterday, yeah. Anyways, one part I'd actually really enjoyed on this film was making how powerful Dracula feels.
Warlock?
Yeah, well, we're gonna call him Drac. You know,
We're just
I
gonna
do
call
know
him
when you're
Dracula.
talking about Dracula,
I'm gonna call him the
how similar
Count.
it is versus Nosferatu.
yeah,
though.
I prefer Nazi, if anything. You know, what?
How do you
Lil Nas.
Surprisingly legal.
Yeah.
how do you rate this Nosferatu versus What We Do in the Shadows Nosferatu?
Versus also SpongeBob Nosferatu. We gotta put him in there.
Ooh, if this is the
I like the
question,
SpongeBob one. He just
Do
flicks
you
the
even
lights.
remember Nosferatu and What We Do in the Shadows?
I-
Isn't
Wasn't
he
he
just
like
like
the
in a
1,000-year-old
closet when
one?
they open
yeah,
it up?
He's
he's
just
just
there.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like the roommate that hides in his room all the time.
Shock value goes to What We Do in the Shadows, but this one hung dong
Even if it wasn't
until
really his.
and even if it was prosthetic.
I liked how nasally this one was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he spoke very slowly, and like you almost thought that you couldn't understand
it
him.
sounded like a corpse when
Yeah.
animated,
Yeah.
Right.
with
And-
just like the labored breathing and everything.
Yeah.
That was Bill Skarsgård's real voice too. He like worked with
Good
an
for
opera
him.
coach to lower his voice,
That's
and
Yeah.
it was so.
and speak with like a German accent of some sort too. It was
See-
like it was something different.
Yeah, Bill is
I would say probably a
Probably
Romani.
supposed to be
Yeah.
Romanian accent.
Yeah.
Of some
Yeah.
sort.
Bill
But
is a guy who commits to his bit, so I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
furious about the prosthetic penis, which again will reflect my score. Although I have a hard time telling if I could, and I didn't go back to like freeze framing. I usually do this, but the servant guy, the Nicholas Holt's boss, who's
Oh,
Whenever
yeah.
he's like doing the ritual,
Yeah, he's
How-
naked
no,
and
he's covered up
he's
the whole
covering
time.
himself.
He's
pretty
No,
good.
tastefully
all he uses
covering
a
it.
privacy patch for sure.
But scene by scene, the little bits of time, I'm like, they could have stuck a little in there, and I don't know. But it was so quick, and I was like, the fact I have to question, that's good. That's almost good enough.
Wait, are you talking about when he had? it
Yeah, when he
covered?
had,
Oh,
when he's covered, but while he's transitioning from,
Yeah, when he's moving, the
Yeah.
thing does lift up a little bit. But
Yeah.
but you don't see.
hell
anything.
yeah, brother.
You don't see anything because I'm pretty sure he's covered.
Y'all were both looking way too hard.
Listen.
At this old man's junk.
It's the second time I watched the movie, I gotta look at little details.
Yeah,
The little
The
details.
little. You
details.
said the thing went up. I mean, anyways, so the nudity is important. All right, the nudity is storytelling in this film.
I will say the nudity when you see Nosferatu's junk
Mhm.
was weird. Like
It was.
it was
Yeah.
distracting.
But you also saw his whole
because-
body.
Unnecessary.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary. I didn't like it because him about to hit him with the not a shovel.
It's like the pickaxe. Yeah.
Okay, so in the book it's a shovel, so I will refer to this as the
Well,
shovel
in
scene.
this movie, it's a pickaxe because
Well,
that's cool.
I love the shovel part, and then he's like gonna hit him, and then he just stands up, and then there's penis, and I'm like, why?
Well, he's
That's
naked.
distracting.
Maybe he
Well,
sleeps
yeah,
hot.
just sleeps
Yeah.
He
naked.
sleeps in the nude.
I mean, he
Yeah.
definitely does, clearly. But I was just very happy that they put in the shovel hitting part, because it's cool, but it's also really funny to
Well,
me.
you think you have him dead to rights. I think
Right.
everybody would.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, if you can't escape, you're just like, well, I guess I
Right.
better go kill the
You're
problem.
like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
kill him with a shovel or a
Which-
pickaxe.
I don't know.
Which is
like
great.
you guys keep referring to Dracula, and that's fine. But I think of all of the other vampire sort of things, and like True Blood, like he's dead. You know, like
Yeah.
you find him in the coffin, he's dead.
Mhm.
You talk about some of the other ones. In any other movie or situation franchise, they're dead. But Nosferatu, he's always ready.
Yeah.
He's always ready.
Do any of y'all know of another portrayal of a vampire where it is like this just foul and
Oh,
not
like
like
this, like,
a
zombified,
sexy vampire?
No, most of them are pretty sexy.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a thing. I don't understand why. But most of them have charm, or some kind of like mind trick to where like it might not just be their character that's hot or looks attractive. It's like it's their mind that's also messing with the
Right.
the victims because they can glamour them to like let
Do
them
you think
feed.
that comes from Bela Lugosi, like the original Dracula from the 30s?
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
I think on a concept it makes sense. I mean, I think we've gone a little too far into like vampires are sexy, but like if you said that this person had to be had to be manipulating for hundreds upon hundreds,
That's
sometimes
true. You have
thousands
to
of years.
grow to.
You
Mhm.
to
listen,
feed.
that you're gonna be that sociopath level of like, and turn it on, and it's just like I could be president right now based on
Yeah.
how charming and political I could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so that just makes sense in a lot of ways. Why they
Daybreaker,
eventually
whatever.
they're gonna be sexy, they're gonna be this, they're gonna be bisexual because you live long enough, you're like, let's
You
try
got
the
to
other
feed on
holes.
anything you can get.
I mean, right. So a lot of like
But really,
nothing is this grotesque.
So
I think, right?
it's 30 Days of Night
Yeah.
Yeah.
is the only time that I can think of a vampire movie where the vampires were at least more animalistic.
More
Yeah,
monstrous.
they had
Yeah.
nothing to do with sexualized. Like,
Yeah.
They were
Like,
beasts,
It was
yeah.
just a feast.
and
Yeah.
to be honest, like I don't know if I got the vibe right away that they were vampires. You know, it's like they were just monsters at first.
Yeah.
And then you started realizing, well, I mean, I Am Legend's kind of like that, I guess, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
But in the book,
So that is they definitely are
in the
considered
book, they're very
vampires in the
sexualized, but
Yeah.
not in
Yeah.
the movie.
Mhm.
That's
So,
wild.
Yeah.
That's different
Oh.
than it usually goes.
In the I Am Legend, like they were throwing himself in the book. They were throwing themselves at him in the book, like literally just naked dancing in front of his house, trying to get him to come out.
Where is
And
this version of the
Then
movie?
the movie unsexualized.
Literally,
For Will
they were
Smith?
barely vampire. They weren't
That's
even technically
wild.
vampires.
Will Smith wasn't a producer on this film,
Yeah, I
otherwise he
feel
would
like
have
they
said, "Let's
were-
follow the
I
book."
feel like they're a vampire.
Ish. Yeah.
Like they had all your hallmarks of a vampire. I would
Yeah,
say.
you
Like
get
I mean,
sun,
I don't know what other creature you would
fed on
call them
people,
other than
yeah.
vampires. In
Right.
that movie.
True.
We do start to split hairs a little bit about like how close vampires and zombies can get on that metric though. Whenever they hit a certain amount of like raw ghoul beast-like nature.
Well, so
like,
I don't know if you would really say zombie.
Right,
I
not
feel
zombie
like
proper, but-
ghoul is the term.
Yeah.
For you would sort of,
The
Yeah.
difference here at least is like he might be a rotting body, but he's a rotting body with magical powers.
That's
And
true.
he drinks blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very important key factor to being a
Yeah, like a
vampire.
zombie eats flesh.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
And brains.
specifically does drink blood.
Although he does have flesh on the mind.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty consistently. And
Dude
look,
was fishing.
dude was thirsty.
Dude was hunting
Yeah.
for years trying to find this girl.
Yeah.
What was he like? What would he be wanting to get out of that? Because like, Defoe is
mistress?
just like you would have been like a priestess of Isis and
Yeah.
all this sort of stuff. So it's just like, is Nosferatu after like mystically attuned women or something?
Well, like she has this
The
connection to
foresight,
the
yeah.
supernatural, and her kind of like calling out when she was younger awakened him or whatever. So now he's like, I want her. She woke me up.
In Twilight terms, because I know you've watched
Oh,
this
no.
part of this movie, he got bonded onto her. You know, like
Imprinted.
Thank you.
on
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
mean,
That he
I
imprinted on, but she kind of forced the imprinting whenever she had her like sexual awakening moment or whatever at the beginning of the film. And
I mean, she didn't mean to though.
God, I hate it when sexually repressed women orgasm for the first time and reach out to literal Count Dracula. So,
Thousands of
she
years
asked
old.
for a celestial being.
Yeah,
I
she
mean-
was just lonely.
yeah, full circle to my original point many minutes ago was how strong he feels in this film. And by the time he lands and he's coming in, and all the like plague rats are out with him, I really like the idea that it's like almost in a way it's painted like, has the plague always been like, you know,
Some
Count
kind of,
Warlocks, like like
Yeah.
he's not like a horseman of some sort. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm the pestilence plague, but I just so happen to be a vampire.
I think that's a good power level for
Yeah.
vampires. I think vampires are
Should be
way,
catastrophic.
way too weak
Yes.
in most lore. Like they should be significantly more powerful. Like,
Yeah.
this is at least like heading in the right direction.
Right. They should feel like a horseman has arrived, and it's like the city is probably is dead. Like,
And it felt like that.
yes.
Yeah, it was
Well-
like, oh no, he's kind of, especially because like when William Dafoe was like, oh, we're not gonna be able to kill him. It's gotta be you. And
Yeah.
Also, I just love Willem Dafoe in this movie.
And most.
I mean, he's good in
He's
basically
good.
everything.
Yeah, he is.
Do you have thoughts on Willem Dafoe?
Yeah,
I
what are
think-
your
Have you
thoughts
seen
on
him in
Willem Dafoe?
Spider-Man?
The first encounter with him, I didn't like him. Sitting in front of the fire, just like mumbling to himself about like dirt or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then he does quickly become this like, oh yeah, me and Dracula, we go way, or Count Orlok, we go way
Yeah.
back. Ah, yeah, you're not gonna kill him.
And he's like, oh yeah, watch this. She's totally out.
Oh, yeah, that
You
was
wanna see a
wild.
party
He
trick?
doesn't even feel it.
Yeah.
What a way to test that she can't feel anything.
Yeah.
And if she does feel it, whoops. You know? But I think if she wakes up, he's just like, see, I'm not crazy. She doesn't feel a thing. She's not even here. Her soul's left the body out. You know, she's over here just cheating on the streets or whatever Lily Rose does when she's in projection form into dreams. But yeah, something about the fact that he's like literally just like this pestilence horseman hitting the road, but also has a deep psychic level of influence that he can just torment people's dreams and sleep, and all of that, and the way it's shot, especially in the film, I think is a really, really cool little ride on that way. To your point earlier on, though, maybe a little bit to Nathan's point, I'm crossing these over, is that maybe if we're doing a little smidge editing here, maybe we put some of the stuff that Nicholas Hoult goes through in his dreams and stuff. Maybe he experiences that some before he gets there to make it feel like we don't just Game of Thrones ourselves 6 weeks ahead. Because I do remember thinking, like, I know they said this is far away, but I feel like he goes
got there
there
overnight.
He gets there overnight to me, and then he kind of gets back home, like, another 2 nights over. Like, it took him a night because he had to stay
You
at the
didn't know
monastery.
how long he was there for because he kept like losing track of time. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, To be honest, like that, I wasn't hung up on that very much. I was just like, okay, Dracula's after this girl. Count Orlok is after this girl.
Right.
And that's pretty much the through plot.
And everybody else seems
and
like
poor
they're
Nicholas
expendable.
Holt's just getting caught in the crossfire because he didn't know what he signed up for.
I also don't know why he just doesn't die. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Orlok's got a really low body count for killing. In this
Yeah,
film.
he was taking it easy on him, really.
Yeah.
It's like he wanted him to.
He was like
make
a
it out.
mouse
Right.
in the cat's
I mean, and-
maze, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's a romantic, right? Maybe he's like, all right, his wife's gonna be my girl, so maybe I can use that as
Well,
like bait and
leverage.
switch later.
Like he,
yeah.
No.
he does require her to like relinquish
Willingly
their
go with-
Yeah.
their bond. So maybe he feels like he can't. Well,
he
I
also
think he
made
would've
him
killed
sign
him
that
if he
paper.
didn't escape.
Right.
Yeah, he made
Like,
him sign
that's-
the paper, and he was like, "Oh, he's still alive," because that's when
Yeah.
Yeah.
the other guy was like, "Oh, I'll take care of him," and he's like, "Nah, don't worry."
Right.
Mhm.
So, okay, the document that he signs that's in the old like written language, is that supposed to be
Yeah.
like a divorce paper thing?
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be like
Yeah,
That's what I feel like
but
it's
obviously
implied.
he didn't know that.
I mean-
you should never sign a document in another language that you don't understand. It's
Yeah.
facts.
he was so
I had
like
the
under
terms
the
and conditions.
influence.
I feel like that would actually null that contract.
Yeah, it's
I
like
feel
I didn't
like
sign
that
as
would
a
not
willing
stand up in
participant.
court.
That would not hold up.
Yeah, because I was kind of,
Also, no notary. you know?
yeah.
yeah.
Also,
So
what
notarized.
judge is going to read that and be like, oh, yeah, this is
I don't-
totally legible. Like, I totally understand all of this basically ancient
Language. Yeah.
scripture.
If
It's
he,
like some Anunnaki bullshit.
Orlok
Yeah,
has to go
okay,
find
cool.
the other vampire who happens to be a judge, and it's just like, oh, I signed off on this. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
no,
rigged
it's all legit.
system,
He's
right?
like, "Where is my vampire notary?"
Yeah. So also, and he keeps referencing it whenever he's talking with what is her name again? The main character's name.
Ellen.
Ellen. Whenever he's talking with Ellen, he keeps being like, "Yeah, I pretty much sold you, like, divorced you away and sold you for like a bag of gold or whatever." But I'm like, he didn't like roll it out like the devil or anything. He never was like. She just kind of takes it as the word, unless she sees it through a vision. But they don't show us that. So I'm like, why do you believe this? Oh, why do you keep believing this demon?
I don't think she does.
Well, she
because
says she doesn't believe
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt it was in the fight before they hook up again, which while
Yeah, I
she's
was going to
possessed.
say, I don't know
Yeah.
that she so much doesn't believe him or believes him. It's just, there's a lot going on. There's
She's-
a lot on her
she's
plate.
stressed.
Yeah, there's a
And-
lot going on
And
in
her
that
husband
scene.
finally gets back, but she's already way too far gone. She's worried that he's not coming back, and then she's still having these dreams. The plague is literally coming towards her.
Okay, I'm gonna ask another question for the question segment. I'm not sure which it is, so I'm gonna default to Annabeth. Maybe she has the canon on this. Is she just stressed, or is she just super horny, or is it both? Or is she only stressed because she's, like, what's the main motivation for this girl?
At what point?
Or what was your motivation whenever you were playing this character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a strong motivation to end you. Next week will be one host short on this podcast.
Yeah.
so-
Get a break.
Yeah.
Not editing that one.
Yeah.
No, I mean, she's obviously, like, off and on possessed,
Yeah.
and that's a big part of it, for sure.
I don't know. I'm at a certain point, I'm just like, I think she's just really.
So
You
You
talking
think
about
she's
stuff
just
like,
really horny? I
Yeah.
feel like that's such a lazy explanation
No.
for it,
I mean, I think it's a mix.
It's
like
more
she's stressed, but
complicated.
she feels horny, but she doesn't want to about this guy who
Yeah.
she doesn't like
I
anymore.
mean, mid-possession, she's like, we haven't even hooked up yet since you've been back. And it's like, half dead, and he's like, oh, yeah, you're right. And then they get in the middle of it, which, I get it, But at the same time, I'm just like, is this what the movie's really about? Is
Just
this,
horniness?
is Homegirl is just like, maybe I'm just tripping because I don't get laid enough, bro. Like, and if you said, and you hired Lily Rose Depp to do this, following the idol on this one, maybe I'm a little embellished by, like, her career up until this point. I'm like, is her whole cinematography back, like, is her whole, like, discography, her whole resume just gonna be
Filmography?
horny roles, and it's just
Maybe.
like nobody can please Lily Rose enough. Not even
Not
Count
even The
Orlok,
Weeknd.
Sky. Well, and Skarsgård used a prosthetic. I get it, though. It's never gonna feel like the real thing.
I feel like her horniness is like it's obviously a big part of this movie, but
Yeah.
also
It
like
is,
the
it
time
is.
period of like, oh no, sleep in your corset, you're bleeding too much in your menstruation.
Right.
I
What's
know.
it called? Like hysteria.
Hysterical,
Hysteria,
yeah.
yeah.
It's very much about female sexual repression.
Yeah, which was banned, but give it another year, and I'm sure it'll be back on the books. I hate it here. But anyways, Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the sexuality throughout this film, and especially sexuality repression, talk about gender roles, all that is really relevant, and it's nicely done. And that's a smart way of framing it. But I like framing it as she's just horny, and bad things happen to her for it.
You're not wrong.
And I'm,
Yeah,
and
it
it's,
kind of
mean, that-
opens with that, like her calling him to her. It's just like it's like a rape scene kind of thing. in the
Yeah,
beginning,
she definitely
and
gives an
then-
Yeah.
face right out of the gate.
can you consent if it's in your dreams and psyche?
Let's not get into that.
I want to say
I-
no.
I feel like that's a no, considering it looked like she was not having
She was
a
not.
great time
Yeah,
there.
she was not into that.
I think she was until she wasn't. I mean, because it start at the very first beginning
You know
of the movie.
what? You're right,
She's-
because there's like
she's riding that
She's
vibe.
kind of like moany.
Yeah, she is.
And then
Yeah.
she's not.
And then it's like body convulsion, choke, like
And then there he is,
impression
and
choke,
you're like, "Ah."
right? But we don't know she doesn't like that.
It is true.
We don't. Listen.
She didn't seem to be liking it.
But I think also the idea is that she's like a teenager. in
Yeah.
that part,
I
so
have
it's
no idea how
probably
she's
not
supposed to actually
consensual.
be.
She did not know what she was doing.
Because
and then...
She in
I didn't
fairness,
know there was a time lapse.
Right.
Yeah, well, because she said she was younger when
Yeah.
that
Later,
happened.
she
Also,
said
I mean,
that.
right in
Right.
the movie it
She
says
said-
years later.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, it does say years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does say
So
that.
she was probably
yeah.
like a youngish teenager when
Visually,
it
though, they do
happened.
nothing to
No,
distinguish her
no,
in the
it's
film.
the
That's the
She
same
does look the
dress.
Yeah,
Like,
it's literally like.
she literally wore the exact
Hey,
same
you know,
dress.
I've been wearing the same clothes
That's true.
ever since I was a teenager.
I'm not gonna judge you. I'm gonna judge her.
Yeah,
Look at
like.
the t-shirt.
Hey man, it's a good T-shirt. Don't let him knock on you. It's a
I'm
good
not.
shirt. Yeah.
So we finally kind of get Willem Dafoe and his little plan together, and he finally whispers the sweet words to Lily Rose Depp of like, "Oh hey, you're the only one that can do this."
We're
Because I've been
actually
trying
doing
for
fuck
years.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously they're doing nothing. Let's set fire to a man's iron coffin full of dirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To what end?
I don't know,
right?
man. I'd rather have him out and about and race, like, speed this up, you know?
To be fair, you gotta destroy the coffins full of dirt for the vampire to not have a
Setting
thing
it
to go
on
back
fire doesn't
Yeah.
do anything.
to. Yeah, you should do holy water.
Yeah.
No,
Well, it's an iron.
what you should have done.
Depends on the franchise.
That's
If I'm getting rid of this vampire's coffin and it's like, oh, he has to be in the dirt in which he was laid to rest, what you do is you drag the coffin to that river and you just pour all the dirt into the river.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know what vampires don't like? Running
Running
water.
water.
That's true.
And you know
I didn't
what
know
you
that.
can't do once all the dirt's in the water?
Get
Rest
the
in
dirt
your
out.
grave anymore.
Yeah, true. But they were just wasting time so she could go sacrifice
Yeah.
herself. So
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, let's set it on fire.
Everything. the
Well,
guys
he
were
still
doing.
insisted on doing it anyway, even
Yeah.
though, like,
Well, no, because
I-
that was
they had
that was a
left.
continuation. I'm like, no, like, what's your name? Keep helping me to keep him distracted.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I
but
think
they left. Like, after
Yeah.
they left, he still was like,
Oh,
let me
yeah.
just
I
set
think
everything
he
on
also
fire.
just really liked fire. Because
Yeah.
he seemed to be
Yeah.
really enjoying it.
to be fair, you're an alchemist. You like fire and shit. You know what I mean? Like, that... and to be fair, fire's sick sometimes.
I mean,
so-
Yeah.
if you're there already and you've got the implements,
You
you're gonna
might
do
as well
it.
set
Yeah.
everything
I'm
on
just
fire.
saying.
Burn
How
all the
many
rats.
how many encounters has Willem Dafoe had with Nosferatu? Because like not
Like,
only was
none.
he
Zero,
No,
yeah,
literally
none.
Like,
Yeah.
none.
that's
So-
well,
They're not,
earlier
like,
you
arch
mentioned the idea that they
nemeses.
know each other.
they don't know each
No.
other, but he knew of him.
He knew of
He
him.
knew
but
of
there's also
Deborah.
a scene where he says, "What does he look like?" I don't know. I've never seen him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought that they had like not necessarily had a run in, but he had sort of tried something in the past. He was like,
Oh.
"Oh, buddy, you're not gonna do.
No,
You're not gonna kill him."
he
doing
knows
anything
of, like, the
that. Let
creature,
me
not
have it."
necessarily the person.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
myth of him.
It's
was
Yeah.
like
legend.
knowing vampires exist, but you know, you've never
Yeah.
met Dracula.
You know, I know werewolf.
Jeez.
I know about werewolves, but if I met John Werewolf, I wouldn't be able to say like, "Oh, John, yeah, he likes golf." He's
Yeah,
fun
kill
to
him with
talk to."
silver or something. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know, right? Yeah.
All right, that's
exactly.
fair. I thought that he was not necessarily a vampire hunter.
Right.
Because now I'm thinking about that. That
well,
wasn't
he's
his career.
he's the stand-in for Van Helsing.
He
Who
is,
is
yeah.
also not a vampire hunter in the book. He's just a goofy old dude with lots of degrees who knows a lot of things.
Yeah,
I
you
get
just
that.
need a
Great.
scientist.
At
yeah.
that time, that tracks though.
Yeah.
What the fuck else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
He's like,
Be
Be a
well,
vampire hunter.
Be a vampire hunter.
I mean,
Books.
if you're not married to like what's you know, I guess wildly sexually repressed woman, and you're not having to have sex with her 23 hours a day, presumably, then you probably just go learn. You
Yeah.
know, like he's got to have hobbies, and then when your hobby is learning, you just kind of learn everything else.
Right.
He's
and
like,
then...
well, the internet's not made yet, so
yeah.
I am the internet.
yeah. I mean, really, like,
Yeah, that's part of the reason I really like Willem Dafoe in this movie, because he was just like, I mean, I know it's not Dracula, but he was such a good Van Helsing because he's like a kooky old dude.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Also, like, so none of you have seen the original 20s one, right?
No.
Part of the reason I like this movie is because I have seen the original 20s, and they do a very, very good job of doing shot-for-shot remakes, but they can get in a new way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like the shadow,
Like
the
and when
reason-
he's
The
creeping
thing
up
is,
the
I-
stairs.
Like,
Yeah.
I have not seen the original, but I bet I could point to each time they were
Probably
doing a
could.
Yeah.
shot
Yeah.
replication.
The only shot they didn't replicate, which is kind of sad but also makes sense, was the reason we watched the 1920 wasn't to begin with, is the shot of the shadow over Ellen, where he's like grabbing her heart. That's not in the
yeah.
new one, but they
Yeah.
replaced it with several other really good shadow shots.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shadows were great.
Well,
All the nods to the
yeah.
original were great. The cat's name, fun fact, the cat's name is Greta in the 2024 version, and she's named after the actress who played Ellen in the 22
original,
version.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just, it's
Oh,
very
sorry.
no, I mean
Fun
it's
fact,
just
cats.
it's very faithful to the original.
It is,
Well,
yeah.
that's good for
It's
you know,
for
the
a
director
1920s
to do
movie.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it does make it more cohesive than the original
Yes.
too.
It has a way better ending.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Well, yeah. It's not as clear in the 1922 version, if it's there at all, that Ellen meant to sacrifice herself.
It didn't really seem like it.
It felt like watching the one from the 20s, the 1920s,
Yeah.
He
in the
just
20s.
goofed.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's like Nosferatu shows up to drink her blood and like, oh no, look,
Yeah.
the rooster, I'm dead.
It's like she got, and that's it.
Oh, like she
Where-
kind of got lucky with it, right?
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
It seemed like it. I mean, I have seen some people saying, like, oh, no, she did it on purpose, or, like, she tricked them, or whatever. But it's way more clear in the 2024 version that she is willingly doing this to save the city, to save her husband. Like, she's doing it on purpose. She knows she has
Also,
to.
one last lay.
Yeah.
You know.
But also, she was like, I'm not gonna lie, he's like a really toxic boyfriend, ex-boyfriend.
But like,
But we got that right.
get him back.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
And he's trying to go, and she's like,
bad
"No,
idea, right?
A little bit more. A little bit to the right, that's the spot.
Oh,
yeah, and he's like,
no.
blah, you know. And then he dies.
That was a cool
Then he
sun
dies.
shot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, the
I
ending
mean,
is, yeah. The
the
sun and
pupils going into that vampiric, like,
Which,
you know.
again, like you talk about any other franchise, like, to me, that was another sort of like, how is this one going to pay off? Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, they explode in dust
Yeah.
whenever they get staked.
His was just,
His
the
was
blood.
like a
blah.
fizzle and then like turn to black, correct?
Yeah.
And sort of like,
It was like shriveling into
Right.
Yeah.
like a natural corpse.
And
Yeah.
then that last shot
beautiful shot
from above of him all shriveled and corpsey
Yeah.
on top of
Wound
her.
up on
That's
top of
that's
her,
a
sort of.
that's the thumbnail shot right there. You know, I remember as I watched that, I'm like, that should be the thumbnail. I don't know how we get around.
Also, I don't think this movie.
Well, I mean, it's not a spoiler, but
That's
it's
the-
kind of a spoiler
I mean, that is
to
like
be
the
like.
spoiler. That's the very last
Yeah.
shot of the movie.
Yeah, but
Can we
you can't
spoil a movie that's
spoil
100
this
years
movie.
old?
I mean, it's so funny because when I was watching it in the theater, having just watched the 1922 version, I was like, yeah, but this is a different movie. I think she's gonna live in the end. I
That's
Yeah.
what I want.
I also thought she was gonna live in the
was, okay, it's not
Yeah.
just
Also,
me.
you having not seen the original and have only seen Dracula,
Yeah.
what did you?
What did you?
think she was gonna
Yeah,
live
did
or
y'all
die
think he
in
was
the
gonna
end?
that she was gonna live or die?
die. That's the
Okay.
whole point.
Well, because Mina doesn't die in Dracula, she lives.
Yeah,
Like,
but
This movie needs to be a tragedy. She needs
Yeah.
to die.
yeah, it doesn't have tones of levity to it. So her
No.
dying feels like this is the full circle. Like this is what
Yeah.
she signed up for being horny, I guess. So
But
I
also,
don't know.
like you know, with his movies too. I mean, you kind of
Yeah.
you kind of knew what you were signing
He
up
likes
for. I don't know
downers.
anything about Dracula, and I still kind of assumed that she probably wasn't gonna. She was possessed. Like that's like saying that the Exorcist girl, you know, was gonna just make it out
Have a
like,
healthy,
nice and
normal life
colorful,
after.
and yeah, and have a normal life after. Like, yeah,
So you're
probably
telling me
not.
the kid dies at some point. I haven't seen the
I haven't
Exorcist.
either.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
seen.
I'm
The
gonna go
Exorcist.
ahead and put money on it though,
Mm.
because
There's many a possession scene where the
True.
possessed ends up living.
yeah, but
Yeah.
again, in a normal life,
Yeah,
not
like
that much.
Constantine. You know,
Constantine's true.
it kind of
Flick
begins
cigarette.
with an exorcism.
Yeah.
Wait, so you also thought she was gonna live?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I thought she was gonna live.
Right?
And I was very surprised by
We
the end.
had watched the 1922
Yeah.
version the night before we went to see this
That's
one
a
in
lot
the
of
theater.
Nosferatu.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that is.
I could go for even more Nosferatu.
That's like
I need to watch
6
the
hours
70s one now.
of Dracula, quite in
Really, now you go on this
I
conversation.
could
You
have
can watch whatever you want.
what 6 hours of Dracula? That's
Yeah.
nothing.
That'd be a good.
You're like,
transition.
I did 40 or so whenever I was
More
doing
Oh,
it.
Dracula.
way more than that.
I know
She,
it is. I'm just like,
What?
She did so much.
yeah, how much
Like,
the Dracula play time would have
Practice
How
been.
much
and the actual
Dracula?
plays.
Yeah.
How much Dracula have you consumed?
So much Dracula.
But how much have you been consumed by Dracula?
Just a little.
Did you ever watch any of these movies or shows that we're talking about, like Buffy or like
I've seen-
Angel? Or...
I've seen some of Buffy. I really
Okay,
like
yeah.
Buffy. I need to
Buffy's
continue watching Buffy.
Buffy's fantastic.
They've got a new season coming out
Giles.
soon. They have a renewal series. The pilot is getting cleared, and
I
yeah,
don't know
well,
about that
well,
one.
I don't know either. We'll see about it, but
I
Let's-
don't trust modern
not on yeah,
filmmakers to remake a lot of things anymore.
yeah, especially
It'll
Buffy.
be on the CW you watch.
It's on Hulu.
There's some kind of.
Oh,
I know.
I
Yeah, it
love
gets
the
worse.
CW
It gets worse.
though.
Yeah.
It's bad, but it's good.
You know, honestly,
Exactly.
CW could do they could do a Buffy. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
a good Buffy, but it'd be
No.
closer to the
It'd be
Hulu.
Riverdale Buffy.
It would be. That's what it would be.
Oh yeah.
All right, Fat
All right,
Man.
fat, thin, perfectly fit.
Wait,
Let's
I have one more fun fact.
okay.
The snow that. Yes. It's just ASMR that into the microphone. Potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
It's potato flakes. They were gonna use. Oh, what's it called?
Asbestos.
Like
Something.
foam?
Basically.
Yeah.
No, basically
It is
they were
illegal
gonna
now.
It
use
is.
something that is now illegal because it's toxic.
yeah.
And Robert Eggers was like, well, we're not CGIing this. And so he got potato flakes. So
Yeah.
the snow is potatoes.
All the potatoes in Europe.
Yes, so many potatoes.
That is neat. That's different.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of potatoes thinking about
And
this
it
is all
worked
snow.
really, like the snow looked good.
But the smell.
Delicious.
Have you thought about the smell?
Well,
You never
apparently
did.
the smell of the rats was worse.
Oh, that I believe.
So many live rats.
I believe that.
Also,
too.
I love that when stuff was first coming out about this movie, just the very first interview that was released was Willem Dafoe talking about working with hundreds of live rats, and the one promo photo that was released was like when he's like setting everything on fire. I could tell this was gonna be a great movie.
But was there ever an interview with the 100 live rats?
I wish.
Like just in sitting
I
in
need it.
like in
I need
humanoid
it.
form, being like, yeah, I thought Willem was a real professional. You know, like
I do really like that it seemed like
Nosferatu, haven't heard that name in years.
yeah.
it seemed like with each interview with the cast, they were adding rats. Like, they were like, oh yeah, we worked with like 300 live rats. Oh yeah, it was like 500 live rats. It was
700.
1,000 live rats.
Yep.
So that was really funny across like the different interviews. Just the rats grew exponentially.
It turns out rats breed.
well,
movie.
yeah. Maybe,
Yeah.
I bet it's hard to
maybe,
keep them all trained.
Wow.
maybe
Like-
they had more rats on set at the end than they had
The
at the
only rooms
beginning.
couldn't stop
Oh,
making love to
they-
the
I
rats.
mean,
Oh,
they
gosh.
certainly would.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. I mean,
You don't know, maybe all the rats are like neutered or something.
9 month, let's say a 9 month shot or a 9 month
It's
shoot
a lot of
with
serums.
300 rats.
These are,
You're,
these are actor rats. You don't know. They're special trained rats to do rat things.
fat, thin, perfectly fit, Mason.
This movie, like Nathan said earlier, is kind of all over the place, and it's not necessarily its tempo, but its plot line, right? Like you kind of start, and it's just, I was kind of confused as far as like if he was supposed to have gotten to this place as soon as he did. I was fine once he got there, and I was fine after that. How long was this movie?
2 hours and
2
12
hours.
minutes.
I thought it was over 2 hours. I didn't know. I think you could probably slim it down just a little bit, but it was super pretty, so I don't know that I would really want to... And, like, you got... I'm going to call him Pennywise. You got those Pennywise
Yeah.
shots every so often that you cannot take those out,
No.
because what this movie did a lot of in its promos is it hid Bill Skarsgård's Nosferatu face.
Yeah.
Like, you still don't see it, really, on Twitter.
Barely.
I think people, like, understood the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially before the movie came out, and that was on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as trimming down, I mean, I probably could have done without some of the possession if I was to trim some stuff down. Some of the possession shots where she's flailing around, I get it. But other than that, I liked all of the sequences of like the shadows and like the carriage rides and the horses and the cult beforehand. I was so confused, but I was kind of into it.
Mhm.
I was like, I kind of signed up for it, I guess. But
Yeah, I think like the wide shots and the world building shots and especially showing the monster. This is probably one of the better movies of showing the monster and it feeling like not necessarily like scary, but just like it leaves an impact on you. You know, for whatever reason that may be. But yeah, I'm with you on the possession stuff where it feels like we have a lot of like
I've seen it before.
mentally unwell Emma? Ellen. Yeah. Never gonna get that right. So mentally unwell Ellen is like 95% of the film, and I think I really would have liked a nice juxtaposition of getting like, why are we married to this girl in the first place? Can we get like Ellen non-mentally ill for just like enough bursts for me to be like, okay, this is the character that I should feel a little sad about being dead at the end, you know? Like, so, because it just felt like it was like, I mean, way more
That's
time.
a good point.
Way more time in trance than not, and I feel like that is kind of like a hard thing to be like.
And I didn't get like
fat or thin. Do you want less possession? Or more,
I want less possession, but I do want more mental. I mean, so in that way, I would say it's like the runtime is fit, but the content wasn't. Yeah, I could do with some tweaks.
Quick fun fact, real quick, because I have a lot of fun facts.
Yes.
Lily Rose Depp like really did all the like contortions and stuff for being possessed. Like that wasn't CGI. She just like did that with her body.
Johnny Depp's daughter did weird shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm
can believe
super
this.
impressed.
That was my guess, was that there was not a bit CGI or anything, that this was all.
The thing where she does like the big arching her
Sure.
back thing is like,
Yeah.
that's so doable.
Yeah.
Okay, but it looked freaky.
No, but
She did a
she did a good job.
She did a really good
Yeah.
job. Also, I hate like possession kind of things, and
Like-
I was just like,
Like that
why
style
am
of body horror.
Like that creeps me out so bad. And I was like, why am I watching this movie? But you know.
But did they actually throw a whole needle through her arm?
She had to have done that on her own.
That was her. Yeah.
No stunt double.
No
Real
stunt.
needles. Ice pick or whatever it was.
I liked like just her general like shaky movement. Like, I think she actually studied like some kind of Japanese dance
yes.
or something to get that movement down.
Yeah, the like shaky.
I thought like her like little shakiness was really good.
Yeah, her physicality in this whole movie is really good.
Yeah.
You should have seen her on The Idol.
Whew. You want to see physicality?
I did not see that.
Go ahead.
It's fat.
Yeah.
And it's really a lot of the fat is with the guy in the castle. Like so many movies really want you to like get you in the headspace of the guy who's like dealing with all this weird stuff, and it's like, yeah, like I get that you want to do that, but like stop spending so much time doing it. I get it. You don't have to do it like 4 or 5 times for me to get it.
Yep. And their
Do it
excuse
one
was like,
time.
he just kept
Maybe
waking up.
2.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess everything just happened. And like now he's come to.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like so many movies want to like play with the idea of what's a dream and what's real. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I don't find that to be a very interesting part of this story, and I would have cut out a lot of it.
But the transitions in that part where it's just like, you're here, oh, now you're somewhere else, and like that dreamlike
It was-
quality of it was super.
You were
Yeah, I didn't-
falling
I
down
didn't
a
like it.
hill.
Yeah,
How
I
much
didn't
you were
like it
just
at all.
stumbling upon.
Yes.
I thought
whatever
it was boring.
But I will say that the best one is whenever he first walks in and he's greeted by him and they go up to the fireplace one and that whole scene happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
That part's
Like,
good, but then
yeah,
everything
I'm not
else
saying
isn't
you
as
cut
good
everything,
as that.
but like the
No,
days
right.
and days of him being there
When he
and
was
stuff,
his
just
lackey.
like
Yeah.
No, I would agree with you that
too
anything
much wasted time.
anything after that doesn't feel nearly as strong as that, and if they just lead with that and then
I
that's it.
think you keep the thing where he's like going around and like all the doors have been locked and he realizes
Skulking.
he's trapped in the castle. Like
Yeah.
that's good. Like obviously, like finding and almost killing Nosferatu that stays in, but there's so much time wasted there.
Also, I mean, no offense, Nosferatu letting him escape like that.
Rookie
Kind of,
move.
yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
would have expected
I
that.
blame his dogs. His dogs
Yeah.
suck.
They were
Yeah.
terrible
Like his
dogs.
dogs
Fell
were
into
not
a
useful.
rushing river. I think he assumed he died.
I mean,
He has
Wally
no
fell-
idea what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't
That's
know
true,
that he
wasn't
fell
even
into
paying
a
attention to what
rush.
was
He has no
happening.
fucking clue what happened.
The dog said they
The
got him.
dog. Yeah, that's the thing. Is the dogs definitely are like, oh no, yeah, he
Oh,
died.
yeah, he dead.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we
We
got
him. Oh, we don't need food tonight. No, yeah, we ate good.
Yeah.
seriously.
Also, he leaves the dogs behind because we do not see the dogs ever again
Well,
from that point
They're probably
forward.
just hellhounds, and they probably have like a certain routine.
Rain.
So like,
They're just
Yeah.
wolves.
I mean, once
He
a
can
dog
just
is
get
a certain
more.
age, you don't want to rehome them to like a new space.
I
They're
don't
used to
know.
like their same.
Don't
Like, he
shop,
could just
adopt.
break into
Yeah.
the
You know
zoo
what I'm saying?
and get another wolf, and then he could eat it through a window. Y'all really need to read Dracula. It's great.
We won't.
I
So,
forgot about the escape. That actually kind of irritated me.
Yeah,
a
it
little
is
bit
pretty
because
annoying.
The hyena. They should have.
The hyena. Oh yeah, in the 1922 version, there's like a part where they're like, "Oh, don't go out tonight. There's a werewolf out there." Cut to just a hyena.
It's a hyena.
A
It's
regular
it's
hyena.
A hyena.
It's a
Yeah.
striped hyena.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
Hey,
so
1920s
funny.
And they don't like talk about it at all. Like that's apparently
That's
supposed to be
it.
a wolf.
in the
Yeah.
1920s, they probably didn't know what a hyena was. They
Probably.
probably were
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, that's
That-
a funky animal."
So that's what you would call a knoll.
yeah,
That is a different creature.
it is.
I don't think they invented gnolls yet.
I to this day don't know what a knoll is, so I give them all the credit in the
It's,
world. Back
it's
in
what
the
the
20s.
sniper was on that shot JFK.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Yeah, he was riding one.
Yeah.
He was on the knoll.
Jill, go ahead.
I think it's a pretty fit movie. Like I like all the dream sequences. I guess it could cut a few things out, but I think of it, it's pretty fit.
I agree that it's fit. If I cut anything, it would be a lot of the weird moaning.
Yeah.
Maybe really
What-
uncomfortable.
We're
That's a
pressing
good
the
point.
sexuality. That's how we got into this
Well, that's what
situation
the
to
movie's
begin
about,
with.
right?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
she
but
wants. That's why
it's
she
not-
likes the movie.
No, it's not.
She didn't have too
It's
many
really not.
too many successes in this movie, so let her have what she
I
got.
know. I will say throughout the whole film, I
Give
kept
her
thinking,
her little joy.
Yes. Every time I kept watching this, I was like, this is what repressed sexuality does to a person. And I remember thinking, Annabeth picked this?
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah, this adds
Why
up.
have I made the choices I've made?
And continue to make for that matter.
And-
So. Anyways, let's go on the scores. Back to you, Mason.
Oh gosh. I watched this movie on my own free will before it was known on the wheel.
Before it was on the
Your
wheel.
own
Yeah.
free will.
Something that I didn't mention. I loved the promo for this movie. I think they did a fantastic job with it. Came out on Christmas. It was a very talked about movie up until it came out. Then again, you didn't hear much out of it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
The
Maybe.
poster is superb.
I haven't seen the poster.
Oh my god, it's one of the best ones.
Hmm.
It's black and white, it's kind of like
Yeah,
what it does.
as it
But
should be.
for a lot of reasons why I really like this movie, the actual movie itself is meh. At the end of the day, it's kind of an asterisk next to my score because normally I would want to watch these kinds of movies again. I'm gonna land at an 8 because I think for what it did, it had a lot of positives, but it is just not a movie that I would normally watch and want to ever watch a lot of ever again. What I'm trying to say is I probably won't ever see this movie ever again.
Yeah.
I don't care much to ever watch it again. I can still see Dracula. I can still see his long, sort of beak-like nose and long chin.
Yeah.
Um,
The fingers
and you
is what you
gave them-
noticed.
oh my god, the
And
fingers.
The fingers.
The fingers were crazy.
Yeah.
Poor girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
yeah.
don't think he's like a giver.
A
like
foreplay
that.
kind of guy? You don't
Yeah,
think he's a
no.
foreplay kind of guy?
I don't think there's a man in
Well,
this
she
movie
clearly
that was a
doesn't care that much
foreplay
about
kind of
foreplay.
guy.
No,
She wants to get right
they're
to
a
it.
pound and get in and get out kind of guy, right? That's why, Not a man in that time period was going all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, you know what? The guy with multiple daughters might have been. He was a
You
pretty
think-
chill dude.
Yeah.
I think he.
By kid 2, he's probably like.
I mean,
yeah,
he's
right.
definitely into getting down.
Yeah.
Like he loves his wife.
Yeah,
I mean,
he can't
he
resist
died.
her.
He died for love. He walked in there and he mourned her, and then he
Maybe
got
he
the
did
plague.
that
Yeah.
night in the cemetery.
Honestly, probably
I mean, he definitely had her.
in a position.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
but to be fair, if you're mourning and everybody is wildly horny at this time period, at least he stayed a
Apparently.
faithful husband.
Apparently, yeah.
You know what? He didn't say, "I'm gonna go hook up one of these. You know what? One last time for the team,"
Whew.
and then he signed out. Until
He did.
and I respect that. Anyways, on the score.
Okay.
So, I'm a little less hot than you on this one.
That's the thing. I don't even know if I'm hot on it. I thought it was done super well.
It's good. I think there aren't many things I would say. I point at this movie and say oh, they're bad. I think across the board, I enjoyed most everything from a technical standpoint, the storytelling, the nudity. It started at an 8, but then it went down to 7.5 because the prosthetic penis. I won't lie, that will affect my score. I don't care how it's supposed to look. And if Bill Skarsgård emails me and says, "Bro, my dick wasn't gonna look all
He'll
fucked
send
up
you a
like
copy.
I mean,
that."
if you get it all make-upped up, what if you get hard?
Yeah.
Then you mess the makeup up.
Right.
You know.
My
Stretches.
Oh.
favorite quote from actors whenever they're talking about
With
sex
the Shafi
scenes.
If he was at full mast.
Yeah, listen.
Gosh.
I mean,
Why?
And how
I
much
mean,
work?
he's a corpse, rigor mortis.
Yeah,
you know?
right. Right. That's true. I mean,
He should have just been walking around hard the whole time.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. How much
He
effort
should
that
have been
would have
bricked
taken.
up the whole time.
Yeah.
Think about what your mindset has to be to just stay like that for what would be probably 2
Well, maybe.
hours.
Well, if the blood's not pumping, maybe it's just locked in there. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole rigor mortis
It
process.
doesn't have
so.
pumping blood. It can't go up or down. It stays where it's at.
Yeah.
But see, this is I don't know, but he starts pumping blood into him whenever he ingests it, right? So like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
Oh.
you know, it's just
That's-
pumping everything back up to life. So all right, I'm back to 7.5. A penis should reflect my score on this one. Otherwise, I think the performances, everything are solid. Defoe steals the show. I think that my favorite point of this whole film plot wise is again just feeling how powerful like vampires felt again, and like man, I miss the age of wildly too powerful like forces of nature. You know, this is what these things should feel like, but we've downgraded them to like I don't know, the young teenagers could be the strongest ones. Like what? Like I don't know. I have beef with that. But otherwise, a good amount of nudity across the board on that one for a story that's talking about sexuality and stuff like that. Good. Here's my biggest gripe. If we're talking about sexuality, people should be fucking naked or doing something. You know, it should be relevant to this stuff, right? So good use on that one. This is my firmification, quipping
she
such
gets
prudes.
naked.
She does, and so does her.
She's the main horny one.
And yeah, and then so does the dude's wife. She's like dead naked. Well, the rats are chewing on her, but you know they got to
There's
taste
a
out
boob
from that.
out.
Oh yeah, like when she's wearing clothes.
She is, but by the time she's dead and they're showing, I'm like, okay. I'm like, which I don't know if she had to be naked for it, but I'm here for it. All right, like leave no stone untouched. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, God.
I mean, really surprised that Willem Dafoe didn't get naked.
I know, really.
I don't know where they could have shoehorned that in.
Oh
but
boy,
He's just naked
he's
the
naked
first
when the
time
burning
they go
happens.
see
Honestly, he
him.
would have been willing to, I'm sure.
Oh, he would have. He's been naked before on these.
You think
things.
he's sad that no one ever asks him?
Probably. Lil,
Like the
Lil
Green
Rose
Goblin back then, he's probably like,
I can do it,
I'm
guys.
literally available. Like,
Well, but also he has, I forget the exact quote, but he has a alarmingly large penis, right?
Yeah.
And that's the big thing I wanna. It was distracting was one movie was set, or upsetting how large it was. One movie quote was on this one.
What?
I'll find that one off
What
scene.
movie was that?
I'll
We'll talk
look
about
it
that
up. We'll look
later.
it up later. Jill, go ahead.
What about Nathan?
What about
Oh,
Nathan?
shit, yeah,
You
sorry.
skipped him.
Fuck me.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
man. Go
we're
ahead.
gonna
Donna.
skip the speed bump.
Yeah, we don't want to
The
lower the
pothole.
score or anything.
I mean, it does a lot of things that are entertaining with vampire mythology. I like the idea of a more sinister, less sexy vampire. I mean, really, the only lore I know that is even close to that kind of vampire is from Warhammer.
Yeah.
So that sort of vampire doesn't really see a lot of play in storytelling.
Not yet. Henry Cavill's got Warhammer coming up, and like we could.
Well, so you're talking 40K. I'm talking
Yeah.
like fantasy.
Yeah.
Where vampires make sense.
Oh, okay.
Unless you get into the
Where
whole like
vampires make
the
sense.
well, so there's this whole thing with like the Blood Angels and Sanguinius, and he's like they're basically like Space Marine vampires, but we're getting
We're too far off. Yeah, that
way off here. Okay, so I like that. I like the power level of him as a vampire. I think that's really cool. I like that everybody that needed to die died, and that everybody that deserved to live lived. Except for maybe the husband, he should have died too.
Yeah.
Like
He was altered though.
Yeah, that
Like,
man
he
isn't
ain't
the
living
same.
the same.
yeah. I mean, like, I just, well, okay. I guess he was innocent.
He was,
He
and he's
was.
got trauma throughout now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's never
Okay.
recovered.
Yeah,
from
one
it.
of the saddest parts is that he's still alive at the end.
Yeah.
Because if
Well, my best
he
friend
would
died.
just
My
want to
wife
be
died.
dead.
His wife died.
Yeah.
His
His
oh,
best friend's wife died.
See,
like,
this just
Yeah.
rolls right into a sequel.
the
now,
dark.
now he's a fucking vampire hunter.
Yeah, now he
man.
gets to be Van
Oh,
Helsing.
you
right.
think his ass ain't going
Okay.
back to Romania and figuring out what?
oh, he's
what's
Yeah.
killing
going
everybody
on?
in that cult.
Yeah.
No, they're not a cult.
They're not
Yeah.
a cult.
No,
He
they're
goes-
anti.
And
Here's
they're
the thing,
also killing vampires.
Which also
Yeah.
reminds me, that's another thing I did not like. The whole thing of him going into the village and them suddenly just being like, let's just start singing a ditty. It's like,
Yeah.
that's weird.
It is
That
weird.
that doesn't make any
smokes
sense.
some peyote real
super
quick.
uncomfortable
It sounded
and
cool.
like it just
Yeah.
it's a bizarre scene. Like, I don't know if that's traditionally what would have happened around there, but that made no sense.
Luckily,
I
that
think it
was
was-
within the first 15 minutes because I too was very confused.
Put
But I was
off
like,
by it.
par for the course for a movie like this. I'm good with it.
Right.
And I'm with you. I still don't. I thought they were bad guys.
Yeah.
No,
up,
no,
up until
wait,
just
wait,
now.
wait.
They
was
stabbed
fine.
a corpse. Like I
Yeah,
thought.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
he-
it was a
they're-
vampire.
It was a corpse because there was.
They're anti-vampire.
You're right,
I had
it
no
was a
problem
corpse.
with them, but I think them like singing and playing music whenever a stranger showed up like that was weird, and also like everybody rushing up to him and like begging him for stuff.
Yeah.
That
Also speaking a
I
totally
would-
different language.
I just hate that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's probably like a 7. I guess
Yeah.
it's 7.
Yeah.
Like, I just wish it didn't waste so much of my time.
Mhm.
Is the only thing. It's too long. If you could find a way to cut 30 minutes out of this movie, it'd be a much better experience.
Wow.
It-
that would be a lot.
He doesn't believe in it because I think The Northman was also like 2 hours and 40 minutes or something. The same
Yeah.
guy that did this, The Lighthouse.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen The Lighthouse too.
Yeah.
That
Lengthy. Like,
it's like Inglourious,
Girthy, even.
Inglourious Bastards and like Hateful Eight. Like these are the kind of movies that like linger on
Mhm.
scenes
oh yeah.
unduly for the most. Like I know people say that like Inglourious Bastards, all the scenes deserve the lingering and whatnot, but
Some of them do.
yeah.
By people you mean Price.
Maybe Price. And Price isn't here. So.
Well, Hateful Eight's one where he would try and go to bat for it.
Yep.
And he's wrong.
He's wrong there.
Those 10-minute scenes could be 6-minute
6
scenes
and a quarter.
across the board.
Yeah. I'm just saying that you could trim like 2 or 3 seconds off of almost every scene. You could get this movie down.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Probably right.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Jill.
Well, my score is a little bit based on how much I like the original 20 versus this one. I adore
Okay.
how much it takes from the original in a very good way.
Uh-huh.
So my score is going to reflect that in a big way.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
But I do think it's a really pretty movie. I think it's well shot. The lighting's really cool. I love Friedrich. I love the the plague is a big part of it. It could be shorter. I agree. They could cut some stuff out. But I really enjoyed my time with this movie. I would give it a 9.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So I would say I don't think I would necessarily rewatch it. So
Yeah, I'm not-
it's not the movie that I would rewatch a lot or ever, but I really liked it.
Their 9s don't even mean anything.
I can,
Well, I mean, he
get
gave it an
that.
8, and I feel like an 8 for you would be like
I
rewatchable.
rewatch that at least once a year.
Yeah.
I put that on. I'm into
But
it.
you
Well,
were
that
like,
just
it's
shows
an
how
8, but
good
also
this
I'm not
movie
rewatching
is,
it.
because
Like, what?
he's
I'm
like,
not
oh, I
saying I
watched it once and
will-
it was this good.
No,
like
see,
The
I feel
Witch.
like this is a little bit
Witch?
of being like the
Yeah.
critic brain versus the like your actual thoughts kind of problem.
I
No,
get
but like I
that.
did
But
really like
both
the
of
movie.
those
I really
exist.
appreciated it. It's just my type of movie that I would rewatch a lot because I don't tend to watch this kind of horror movie just on my own whenever I feel like it.
Well, that's the
I
thing
would probably
too.
watch it again at some point. I have watched it again. I watched it again for this.
If I think of a horror movie, I think there's a lot more in this hat that I can stick my hand in and
Well,
grab out.
yeah, and you would probably go a different direction than this kind
Yeah,
of movie.
100%. This is hallucinogenic.
Yeah.
This is like dabbling in like mythology a little bit, and I'm like, I'd rather just take some cannibalism. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's keep it simple.
Just a nice
you know.
little light
Actually,
little cannibal.
I feel like I'd watch Hereditary again before I would watch this again.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
it
I'm
did-
with you.
I don't want.
I don't
to
want to
risk
watch
it
that.
again.
I will say it's funny that you gave it an 8. An 8 usually is our like, in very much like, oh, we're gonna.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind to rewatch this sooner rather than later.
And I'll
Seven-
tell people to watch it.
Yeah, 7.5.
Yeah.
I'll recommend it, but
That's an 8 for me.
I don't wanna
don't
race
think
back
it has,
to it.
It has to mean you watched it again. You can't
Yeah.
really like a movie and not want to rewatch
Sure,
it.
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think it'll be funny that I'm more likely to rewatch it sooner on a 7.5, and in part because I feel like that Hannah would really like
I was
this
about to
film.
ask if Hannah's seen it. 'cause
She hasn't seen it because
I feel like she would like it.
she would. Yeah.
I don't know Hannah's taste that
The
well, but I
damsel
feel
in
like she would like
distress
it.
sort
She
of,
likes
yeah.
she likes her gothic time periods. You guys fuck with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, she would hop right on into this. Yeah. But anyways, without further ado, Annabeth.
funny that you guys are talking about like the type of horror movie you would watch. This is exactly the only type of horror movie I will watch.
Yeah.
It's got to be gothic, and if I'm going into a horror movie, it better have something to do with Dracula. Otherwise, I'm out.
That wheel is gonna
Or
get
ghosts.
full
Well,
of
Crimson Peak.
nothing but
ghosts,
horror
okay,
movie.
or
Oh,
ghosts.
absolutely.
Ghosts
She
are
just
fine
set herself for
sometimes.
disaster.
Give me the wheel. We're doing
What?
it again. Nothing.
What did
Go
you
ahead.
do?
Nothing, man.
Nothing. Go
Oh,
ahead. Do
no,
you?
no, tell me, please.
I
No.
mean, I'm the one that's been putting a bunch of horror on here lately.
No, you.
Stop it!
You've put on psychological distress.
Harass, too.
Distress,
Yes.
yes, you've just put distress on the wheel.
I wouldn't call it horror, as I am afraid of it, but that does not mean that it's not.
I'm afraid of you.
Yeah.
More than I am of it.
Right.
Anyways, go
Yeah.
ahead,
And
Annabelle.
about Dracula's score.
Okay, I think this movie is fantastic. One of the only downsides is I really don't want to watch it with someone who hasn't seen it before because then I'm just very embarrassed. Like watching it with
About?
Nathan, I was just saying like I feel like I just watched it with a family member in the room.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh.
it's not the kind of movie you can watch with like, you know,
Yep.
anyone.
I
could.
don't
I
understand
would.
why
It's a little-
you,
it's a
there's
little
not
gross.
a
It's
lot of
so,
sex
like-
in it. Like I don't know why that.
I don't know,
talks
Yeah,
There's
if
a lot
it's,
of-
if it's
so much.
just the
When Orlok
sexuality
is
of
like
There's
it.
a lot
sucking
of-
the blood out of like just Thomas, whatever, like the guy.
Yeah.
Like he's
Yeah.
thrusting against him.
Yeah.
And his body was like contorting
Yeah.
against
Yeah.
See, maybe this is a personal vibes thing, but I feel like anybody, I would be like, I'd cue this up with pretty much anybody. But I think that I have an energy in this one where they're like, this seems like something Dylan would just throw on in the background, right?
Yeah, that's not my energy. I'm not usually like into like sexual things or you know like just I don't like a lot of graphic stuff in movies.
I'm holding back a lot of psychological assessment, but go
But-
on ahead. Like,
We'll leave it for after
Leave
the
it for
podcast.
yeah.
But no, I mean, but this movie is fantastic. So you know, it's
But-
really really good. I'm gonna give it a.
She's better than
Oh, it's so good. But,
She won't give it a perfect score.
I won't give it a perfect score.
That.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm debating a 9 or 9.5. I'm gonna go 9. I'm gonna go 9.
You're not as hot on. You're
'Cause
as,
I
you're
would-
as hot on this as Jill is.
I mean, yeah. I
But
feel
not
like
more?
that's- I should be.
You
more.
literally got nude for this movie.
You have
I did not
hours.
get
I mean,
It was really
doesn't look
awkward.
like
Yeah,
it was really
strange for all of
I
us.
get it.
Like that's really why she was
sad.
uncomfortable
I know.
watching
She-
it with somebody else in the
That would have
room.
been so funny if he
Because
was
all
so
the-
the original
insistent.
Orlok.
Yeah.
Because all
Sorry, what?
all Annabeth can think when somebody else is watching this movie with her is that, oh god, they've seen me naked on stage.
No!
Like, that's such
Maybe
a vibe.
that's why I really didn't enjoy watching it with Nathan, because
Yeah.
I'm like, he's thinking about the play that I was in.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason.
I mean, I
Okay, it
definitely
can
was
have a
comparing it
9.5.
to that.
Just
Yeah.
Nathan gets a 0. This movie gets a 9.5.
Yeah. I mean, even
And I was not nude.
there was a shot that looked like that was very almost 1-for-1. It wasn't like moonlight on the white dress, but it was like the white dress backdrop as she's like running into like the yard. Where I
Uh-huh.
remember thinking like, actually less nudity than what Annabeth did on stage. That was a legitimate thought, and I was gonna write it down and send it in there, but I chose not to.
I wasn't naked, guys. Someone should have told me my nightgown was that see-through. Why didn't no one tell me during
You
tech
think
rehearsal?
anybody was gonna tell you?
They
that?
just thought you were
It
committing to the role, I
wasn't
guess.
see-through, so
Yeah, I mean,
so
listen, it's fine without a light on, but with stage lighting, yeah, I mean that's how.
That's the kind of thing you should figure out during tech week, and I couldn't figure it out because I was the one in it.
Yeah, well, maybe that's.
No one told me.
Well, as an actor, you've got to fake the confidence. Maybe they just thought they were like, you know what?
Yeah, I mean,
Wow,
the director
good
really
for
wanted
Annabeth.
that.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
obviously
Don't
wanted it.
say
If I'm a
that.
director and if my actor is willing to go like silhouette nude for like
For a local
for a
show.
local show, I'm like, go get it.
Yeah.
You're pushing.
Who are
them.
you to tell them though?
Right.
You know
Hey, at least you didn't have a sex scene.
that we know of.
I mean,
Maybe
she
it was in the
was in bed.
extended cut.
She was in bed, but it
Yeah.
wasn't a.
Oh, that's another thing about this movie. So the extended cut, or the director's cut,
Oh.
rather.
Yeah.
I didn't see the extended
Well,
cut.
you
It only
don't.
adds 4
You
minutes.
probably did.
Oh, yeah.
You
No.
probably did and had no idea.
What was it?
It added 4 minutes to some of the dialogue.
Oh.
They said this movie was too perfect as it was.
Oh.
Which I think is the most pretentious thing
For 4
you
minutes.
can put for anything.
I
Just
mean,
don't
I will
even
say
say that
if
you
you're
had
adding
that.
4 minutes, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
so,
just do it.
Wait,
Like,
so where did they
I
add the
don't
4
know.
minutes?
I can't remember. I didn't watch it, but
Was
like
there, I gotta
the
find
director
that.
himself.
If it
But
was
I feel like that's the director just saying that their editors did a good job.
Yeah.
Our editors
I don't
did such a
think
good
that's
job.
pretentious.
4 minutes was so tight that I couldn't.
Read what he said and then come back to me.
All right.
Because it was a very like director said this, and I was like,
Well, he deserves it. He's wanted to make this movie for decades.
for 200 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
No, I started on
So
grass,
he
you
can have
freaking
that.
weirdo.
Yeah, let me.
There you go.
So which yellow is it gonna be?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
yellow is it gonna be? Watch it be something completely different this time.
Don't close the laptop.
I know. I had to be cautious of all the sensitive stuff.
It's a yellow. Almost. Oh, it's a red.
Oh, it's red!
No.
What is?
What you just changed
What
it.
is that?
Corpo Hero like?
I'm gonna say it's a
If that feels anime.
Idiocracy 2.
No. It's not anime.
I'm gonna guess.
I'm gonna say The Faculty.
Like.
Even though that has
Good
nothing to
movie.
do with anything like that.
You know, it is in my list of movies. Spoiler, but it's
I love
not.
that
It's
movie.
not up here. Court. The
Well,
fact
I
is
was
great.
promised something lightweight.
Speaking of good horror,
Yeah, lighthearted.
Lighthearted.
it is.
What is it?
It is Dread.
Hereditary. Dread.
Yeah.
I just watched that very recently.
I had a feeling you would. I knew you were gonna be the one who watched it the most recently out of us.
Like, I'm talking, like, in the
Never
last
seen
couple
it,
of
so
weeks I
what is
watched it.
Dread?
I believe
Me with
that.
that movie.
What'd you think?
So we're talking about the one where it's like
Carl Urban's
just-
judge
just like
into the
locked down,
hotel.
like in the big like
Oh,
mega
this
structure.
That's the one.
lockdown. Yep.
Is this
I
a horror
watched
movie?
This
No.
just a couple
Isn't
weeks
it like
ago.
the first action shooter?
It's like it's very action.
It's super
Very-
action.
Lots of
Yeah.
guns.
It's
Very.
the-
What
action.
genre would you call it? Post-dystopian action?
Like, what
Yeah.
year did it
Sure.
come out?
Yeah.
20. No,
Oh.
DREDD.
There's two
No, as
Ds.
in like Judge Dredd.
Like Judge
Oh.
Dredd. Like the. Listen. It's imagine superhero, but like like more like the Punisher.
It's
You'll fuck with it.
it's like the Punisher and RoboCop.
Yeah, somewhere in
together.
somewhere in that mix over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
2012?
Yeah, 20. I couldn't remember what year it was, but
Man,
2012 is right.
The
Science fiction
helmets.
The helmet is.
The helmets are overly large.
Yeah,
which
they are.
It is like that's the way
like
it should
Starship
be.
Troopers
We'll,
helmets.
I mean,
a little. Yeah.
we'll talk
We'll
about
get
it
more
when we
into
talk
it.
about
Yeah.
Yeah.
I threw it on last second because I remember thinking, I don't think Nathan would like that. But also, I've watched it before, and spoiler, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it that time. I don't know. I might hate it
Yeah,
now.
I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything.
No. But I remember thinking, I was like, I mostly just wanted to rewatch that, and I don't know, either Enemy of the State, Wild Wild West, whatever Will Smith movie I would have picked. I was like, well, wait. Although Wild Wild West would have been, which is funny because that would have been
West would have been pretty damn.
would have been a good levity pick after
I,
this one.
I definitely would have vibed with that.
But I wanted.
How many of the last movies have been like action or horror?
Oh, action.
So-
You can't.
Whoa, you
can't
can't-
say about
whoa,
both
you can't-
categories.
To,
Like
you
the
know what?
more we get, the more likely I am to change to something really like.
We had the greatest game ever played.
Yeah.
like, 2
That's
weeks
like the
ago.
only
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
3 weeks. And I'll tell
we
you.
watch VHS.
And I'll tell you right now,
Right.
my most
Yeah.
lighthearted movie, also an action movie.
Also an
I
action
committed to
movie.
action movies this time around. I realized I wanted to have a theme, and I was like, okay. But Dread is what we're going to watch. DREDD, not DREAD, for those thinking that we were going to get a little dark again.
For those of us who can spell normal words.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, if you like... I don't know how to pitch this movie.
Yeah.
If you like
what?
If you like Carl Urban playing kind of a Punisher-like character.
it's,
You like
it's
cars.
literally like a cop
Pixar.
superhero movie.
Yeah.
It's a cop superhero movie.
Yeah, and strangely that should
Like
put...
upgrade or
So
something.
you
Yeah.
have like one of those flags with blue line on your car.
Dread probably
No,
would.
So
Hanging in your yard on a flagpole.
Yeah.
Like, let's
like
really
it
do
is,
it.
it is very Punisher RoboCop adjacent.
Yeah. Like, this is a movie that I think cops watch to get hyped about going out on the
Oh.
night. You know, like...
Every shit.
It's- Especially
like,
this
whenever
year.
cops want to get hyped up for going on a raid,
Yeah.
they probably
They
They
watch.
don't watch The Raid. They watch this movie.
Well, you know, you could say that these are... you in some ways, this is the like kind of future raid. Like...
I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah.
that's actually
It's
a very,
really accurate
very,
selling of this.
very close to just being like sci-fi version of the raid.
Really, yeah.
When
Now that
that's
I've
just
said
a kung
that...
fu version.
Yeah, it's less kung fu, more gun action.
Gun fu.
Yeah.
No, not gun fu,
Just gun. Yeah, we're not talking John Wick 4.
Nice.
I was vetoed on putting that one on the wheel. Anyway, so we'll watch Dread next week, but if you like content we're doing, as always, let us know in the comments below. What did you think? Would Bill Skarsgård Wiener have looked better unprostheticized? I think so. Show us that penny dick, bro. What are you doing? So...
Penny dick.
Yeah. Is Annabeth's sexuality wildly repressed? Let us know. What do you think? Based on her reactions, I would say probable. And if you want to make sure you show us all the love in the world, make sure to hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and the bell as well. Can we?
I'm
Were
not
you
the
just
bell.
trying to
High
find
five.
price?
Yeah,
We're always trying to find
Make sure.
price.
Yeah, I know. because he made those comments about our last video recently, so Bryce is fresh in my brain on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that one's for you, buddy. Anyways, until next week, we're gonna watch Dread. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.